Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This shoot was from an earlier date, which I'll explain in a bit. We start off with a Profoto B1 light with snoot acting as a hair light. I am using another Profoto B1 light with beauty dish to light her up from the front. They are both hanging from my ceiling rail system. I am using the Westcott eyeliner to reflect the light underneath the beauty dish as Shayla, also known as Vanna White, is showing you. Next, as I mentioned, the shoot is from an earlier date, so I am using the Sony a7RII along with the Sony 90mm macro lens and a not shown Sony 35mm distagon lens, while using the Profoto Aero mode to control my lights. I am tethered to a Surface Pro 4 via Tethered Tools USB cable, and the Tethered Tools Aero tab is holding the tablet. Additionally, as people have asked me how I film these videos, I am using the a6300 with 24-70 G master lens along with the a7S II and 35mm lens to film this behind the scenes video. I would like to also thank PhotoCare Rentals in Manhattan for the slider and gimbal that we used. Remember, as always, I will list all the gear along with all the people involved in the shoot in the info section of this video. Now, onto the shoot. If you are new to my videos, I usually show about 2 minutes of each of the looks you saw in the intro clips, followed by the shots from those looks. I will also go over camera settings and other details. Now, I need to explain one important detail about this video. This was shot back in February. Yes, February that was 10 months ago. It got delayed for release as a magazine took out an option to use this and 5 other of my shoots in the next issue. During that whole time, I can't release the pictures or video publicly as the magazine has to release it first. Unfortunately, the magazine never released another issue, but promised me every month that the issue was going to print the very next week. Finally, 2 months ago, after being told for the 100th time to wait another week, I snapped and demanded my photo rights back. There is a lesson here to be learned, and sadly I had to live through it. Always get a use by date when giving out options for your photos. This whole disaster caused me great depression, and I actually didn't want to shoot for a few months because of it. Worse, models like Shayla, her agency, and my team of hairstylists, makeup artists, and stylists were also left waiting, so I apologize to them for the delay and I hope my own education helps anyone viewing this video. Now for these shots, I am shooting at an aperture of 5.6, a shutter speed of 1/250th of a second, and an ISO 100. Since I am shooting at 1/250th of a second, my Profoto B1 lights are in high speed sync. Some people have also asked me about the mirror in my studio. I like to set up a mirror so the model can check herself out and adjust anything she needs to whenever we take a quick break. The one rule I have is that they can't look in the mirror while we shoot. If I see them breaking that rule too often, then I have to move the mirror. It works out most of the time. Since the last camera settings worked really well for me, I kept them for this look, but I'll repeat them one more time for you. It's an aperture of 5.6, 1/250th of a second, and ISO 100, while my pro photos are in high speed sync. If you are new to my YouTube channel, I'm a big fan of tethering. I love to be able to see on a big screen the pictures live as I shoot. Plus, with software like Capture One, I can have settings such as color and lighting automatically applied to pictures as they come in, so I can get a true feeling of what the end results of a shot may look like. The magazines and clients I work with love this. Using the Tethered Tools gear, such as a USB cable and Aero tab, I can form a cockpit around myself and have my crew stand next to me and watch, looking for adjustments that need to be fixed, such as hair out of place, makeup, or clothing that needs to be adjusted. The camera settings are kept for the same for this look as well, but I promise for the next look I will change them. I work with agencies on getting models for my shoot. I have actually worked with Shayla before on a yacht shoot I did, so when I saw her at an event, I suggested we shoot, and a week later, we were in my studio. There's actually a funny story about the lingerie. This was a quickly set up shoot, so my stylist couldn't make it. Shayla literally ran into a Victoria's Secret an hour before the shoot and purchased all the clothing she is wearing. It worked out great. This is one of the benefits of having my photo studio located in Midtown Manhattan. There are clothing stores everywhere. This won't be the first or the last time that we needed to get clothing quickly before a shoot. Using a reflector like the eyeliner makes a noticeable difference in lighting. You can purchase something like this or just use a simple reflector underneath the model to get rid of unsightly shadows and give her a beautiful catchlight in her eyes. As I mentioned earlier in this video, this shoot was back in February 18th to be exact. The day before, on the 17th, it was 41 degrees in New York City. But then a miracle, global warming, happened and it turned 63 degrees the following day. Yes, February in Manhattan we had a week of 60 to 70 degree temperature and then it dropped back down to the normal 30s. So while now winter weather, it was still cold, especially for a thin model wearing nothing but a nightie on the windy roof. But we stayed up there for an hour racing the sunset because we needed pictures for the gram. Luckily, my makeup artist, Oscar, had a towel ready to wrap around the model whenever we needed to take a break. The sun was still fierce at this time, so I attached a Sony 35mm Distagon lens and shot at an aperture of 1.6, 1/125th of a second, and an ISO of 100, using the sun to light it from the back while using my Profoto B1 to light it from the front. As it got darker, I changed my camera settings to f2.8, 1/320th of a second at an ISO of 100. Again, having the Surface tablet attached to my camera helped in finding the perfect balance of settings as a shot. As you can see in this video, everything looks almost blown out, but when you look on the surface, the pictures look much better, as you'll see in the final photos after this. But because I was able to instantly apply settings, there's a huge difference in what is shown in the video and what is on the Surface screen. Anyways, that's the entire shoot. I hope you enjoyed it, and please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did. Please also feel free to ask any questions or make any requests in the comments. Subscribe to me for more videos like this, and finally, you can add me on Instagram under Evan Was Here to see more of my photography.